Picture this, a self-development seminar filled with 100 eager individuals, all there to better themselves. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation, each attendee keen to absorb the wisdom promised by the renowned speaker. They sit in rows, notebooks at the ready, awaiting the pearls of wisdom they expect to be bestowed upon them. Then, out of the blue, the speaker does something unexpected. He pauses his insightful discourse, a playful twinkle in his eye. He introduces a twist, a group activity that no one saw coming. With a flourish, he produces a large sack filled with deflated balloons. He distributes them, one to each attendee, the bright colors a stark contrast to the serious nature of the seminar. The room fills with the squeaks and pops of inflating balloons, the attendees exchanging curious glances as they follow the speaker's instructions to write their names on the balloons. Once every balloon is inflated and labeled, they are collected, creating a colorful sea in an adjacent room. The attendees watch intrigued as the speaker outlines the next part of the activity. Their task, should they choose to accept it, is to find their own balloon among the sea of 100 in just 5 minutes. A murmur ripples through the crowd, whispers of confusion and excitement blending with the rustle of notebook pages being turned. The attendees, initially there to take notes and gain knowledge passively, are now active participants in a game that promises to be as enlightening as it is entertaining. As the speaker sets the timer for 5 minutes, the attendees are left with a challenge. Find their own balloon among the confusion. The air is thick with anticipation, the crowd poised on the edge of their seats, ready to leap into the unexpected game that promises to be a journey of self-discovery. The moment the attendees enter the room, chaos ensues. A torrent of activity is unleashed as each person embarks on a frantic search, their eyes darting from balloon to balloon, scanning for their own name. It's a whirlwind of motion and noise, a sea of swirling colors as the balloons bob and weave in the air. The room is thick with anticipation and frustration. The once orderly group now resembles a frenzied mob, each person lost in their own world of frantic searching. The atmosphere is heavy, filled with the collective anxiety of 100 people, all vying to claim their own balloon. Pushing and shoving become the order of the day. Elbows are used as tools in the pursuit of their goal. Personal spaces invaded in the blink of an eye. The sense of urgency is palpable. The desperation clear in every hurried movement, every anxious glance. Yet, amid the chaos, their efforts prove fruitless. The ticking clock only serves to heighten the tension, each passing second a stark reminder of the task at hand. The very air seems to vibrate with the pressure of the unyielding time limit. As the final seconds dwindle down, the reality of the situation begins to sink in. The frantic energy starts to wane, replaced by a shared sense of defeat. Disappointment hangs heavy in the room, mirrored in the faces of each attendee. 5 minutes pass, and not a single person has succeeded in their search. With a calm demeanor, the speaker makes a new suggestion. He addresses the bewildered crowd, his voice cutting through the chaotic aftermath of the failed balloon hunt. He instructs each person to pick up a balloon, any balloon, and look at the name written on it. The task is simple. Find the person whose name is on the balloon and hand it over to them. The room fills with a sense of curiosity as the attendees, one by one, begin to pick up the balloons scattered across the floor. They call out the names they find, searching the room for matching faces. The chaos of the previous exercise is replaced by a cooperative atmosphere, a unity of purpose. Within minutes, a remarkable thing happens. Each person, without exception, holds in their hands the balloon bearing their name. The room falls into a hushed silence, the air thick with revelation. The speaker's voice rises once more, echoing clearly in the quiet room. He explains, "What just happened with those balloons is exactly what happens in our search for happiness. We frantically look for it all around us, not knowing where it is." His gaze sweeps across the room, meeting each of the stunned faces. His next words, profound yet simple, settle over the attendees like a warm blanket. Our happiness lies in the happiness of others. By giving them their happiness, you get yours. And with that, the speaker concludes, leaving the room in thoughtful silence. This simple game, it turns out, held a profound lesson, a lesson about the pursuit of happiness. What we often forget is that happiness isn't a treasure to be dug up. It isn't a destination at the end of a grueling journey. We look for it everywhere, in material possessions, in accolades, in the approval of others. And often, we come up empty. Yet, just like in our game, happiness was right there, within reach, all along. It was in the act of helping others. It's in the smiles we put on other people's faces, in the difference we make in their lives, no matter how small. True fulfillment doesn't come from selfish pursuits, but from selfless ones, from lending a hand, from spreading joy. Remember, by helping others, we help ourselves. That's the real pursuit of happiness.